Been a while. Greetings, though. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, so I had to come forth and explain what we've been talking about. Okay, so the name of this video is called The Lion Spirit. So, from jump, since I've been creating content, I have been creating content talking about Ra. Now I break down who Ra is, and I'm gonna show a picture of Ra. Hopefully, I have a picture available here. I hope so. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, no, I don't have a picture of Ra. But I do. But I do. In the sense, I do. Okay. That'll work. We'll work with that. So, Ra is the realm headed deity. So, if you notice in the middle, that's a realm. That realm is a male, like a masculine energy, because it represents the deity that is the spirit, which is a masculine energy. That masculine energy is coupled with the soul. Now, the soul is split into two different chromosomes. You have an X chromosome or you have a Y chromosome. But your X chromosome can shapeshift to an XY chromosome. So you can be a male or a female with these chromosomes, which happens to be the soul. Now you get 23 of these strands of chromosomes from your mother. You get 23 of these strands of chromosomes from your father. That makes 46 strands of DEA, cosmic DEA, that comes from Canum. So Canum is also your mother's womb. Your mother's womb is where the fertilization takes place. So within this fertilization, this is a moon cycle. So this moon cycle happens every 28 and a half days. Through this moon cycle, this is when the egg is able to get fertilized. Once it is fertilized, it becomes what is known as the sun, a living, breathing soul. So that's what they say when they say that the sun came from the moon. So they talking about the moon as in the soul, the moon as in the feminine essence, the moon as in the chaos, the moon as in the emotions, the moon as in the emotions that get passed from one generation to another generation because it's always coming from the moon. When you learn about the moon and reincarnation and find out that when people memory is wiped clean, they are sent to the moon cycle. The moon cycle becomes reincarnation. The moon cycle becomes rebirth. So this is all teachings of astrology, and astrology is the secret language of the stars. And the stars, us talking about these stars, we're talking about cosmic vibrations. We're talking about the light of this world. So The ovaries, which are also found inside the womb, are also the stars. Now, these stars are able to travel at speed and light. And once this star travels, it travels through the cosmos. So, this is literally you coming out of your father, going into your mother's skin. So when you inherit your mother's skin, we call that Isis. Because Isis is your organs, your blood, your skin. This is your anatomy. This is your physical vessel. This is where your karma is stored in your Akashic records, in your organs, in your tissues, in your blood, organs. So, um, here you have. So this is Kanum. Kanum is also represented as the realm. The realm is the beginning of the zodiac. So the realm is also considered the beginning as well as the end. The realm also, if you notice, you spell realm RAM. In ancient Egyptian knowledge, the Ra, which is Ra, which is the sun. So this literally is the spirit. This is that masculine principle of the spirit. This is Osiris, right? So Osiris is a form of Ra. Because Ra is a master molecule that can shapeshift. This is how you're able to transform from this lifetime into the next lifetime. Through Ra. Through the realm-headed deity, the womb. So this realm-headed deity is inside of a woman. This realm-headed deity is the Father that arts in heaven. Because this is the fed her. Yes, because when this womb is fertilized, there is growth in this womb. So this is, we're not talking about human forms. We're talking about deities that have functions. So we talking about Ra, the realm, as in the womb, as in the womb is the portal. The womb is also the hourglass. Once your time is over, the hourglass will flip over and you will begin time in a new body. That's why in the Bible we say there will be a new heaven and there will be a new earth. Because you will go through Ra, the realm headed deity. You will go through the process of being formed in the womb. You will go through the process of being shaped in the womb. So when you're going through this process of being shaped and formed on Kanum's potter wheel, you are being sculpted and made and created. So the soul is actually creating your personality. Your personality becomes a gift. Now, how you tap into your personality is by tapping into your lion spirit. Because your lion spirit is a masculine energy that dwells within you. So that's that realm that's able to shapeshift into a lion. So we all have this spirit that lives within us because this is our Father who art in heaven. So that means that this is an eternal spirit that lives within us. I had a young lady today reach out to me and she told me that her God was going to get me because I was giving myself praise. Now, I need to explain to anybody that watches my lives. I'm here for knowledge. And I'm not trying to get you to change your religion. I'm not trying to get you to none of that. If you want to be a part of a religion, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Just like you want me to respect your religion, you respect mine. But I don't have a religion. I have a spirit. I have the spirit of a lion that lives within me. And that lion is the truth. And that lion cannot be tamed. And that lion was not meant to be tamed. Because I understand that when it said in my Bible that I will pour my spirit into you, I understood that I have a spirit inside of me. I understood that makes me omnipresent. That makes me magnificent. Because it say that I am created in my Father's image. So I realized that that spirit that created me with a sense of humor, created me with thoughts and ideas, created me and knew who I was and knew how I was going to be. Because I am uniquely created by that spirit that is within me, like you uniquely created by that spirit that is in you. To know thyself is to know the spirit that is within you. I don't serve spirits outside of myself. I don't serve gods outside of myself. I read my Bible differently from how you may read yours. My Bible tell me don't worship nothing outside myself. My Bible say don't worship no false gods, don't worship no false idols, don't worship no graven images. So I did one better and went and got an etymology dictionary and looked all those things up to make sure that I wasn't worshiping idols. And I found out that things outside myself are idols. I found out that idol is an idle man is the devil's playground. And when I found out an idle man is the devil's playground, I had to make a decision not to let the devil play with me. Because knowledge is power. An idle man is distracted. An idle man is distracted by religion. An idle man is distracted by programming. An idle mind is distracted by war. A peaceful mind is in meditation. A peaceful mind is sovereign. A peaceful mind chooses peace over war. Chooses to master the mind over the matter, over the body, over the physical. It's a state of mind. It can be altered. It could be changed. It could be transmuted. I learned to seek higher self. And that's the spirit within. See, religion is to serve a God outside of myself. I refuse to bow down to a God outside myself because the God that lives inside of me is my life. The moment I take my last breath, I will no longer exist in this personality. I am a personality. First and foremost, I am a soul and I have a spirit that has a personality. The personality is the gift that I am. The personality is what I get to experience and how I get to express myself in this existence. This is the only existence that is uniquely like this. This character that is in this existence has a mother and father, sisters, brothers, cousins that only this character can have. Once this life passes away, there will be a new heaven. So that'll be a new mindset. and there will be a new earth. That means it'll be a new body. Because I understand the spiritual essence of it. Because I understand that the spirit lives forever. The spirit doesn't die. The personality does. The spirit never dies. The spirit is going to go on and live on in the spiritual realm because the spirit is a part of the soul. The spirit is actually the Ka, as in Ka. The Ka is the shadow version that will never leave the earth. This version of yourself, this is why people leave food out for their ancestors. This is why people swear they think their ancestors walked by. They swear they felt them in a room. Why? Because that's literally a part of their soul that does not leave the earth. The soul separates into two parts, the spirit and the soul. I started the live out and told you that. So the soul transmigrates. So once the soul reincarnates, that spirit that is roaming the earth is looking for that soul. Those two have to reunite because those two are twins. The spirit and soul are twins and they have to reunite. Once they reunite and you find yourself, because you had to find yourself, you had to go on a journey. You don't even know you're missing. You don't even know you lost. Until you acknowledge that you lost, then you cannot find yourself because you won't acknowledge that you lost yourself. So you have to lose yourself in order to find yourself on this journey. Now, once you lose yourself, this is going through something traumatic. This is going through something devastating. This is going through something that is shedding the layers of your skin, that is literally shaking you at your core, because this is how you begin the process of healing. You cannot start healing unless you experience the hurt. You have to go through the motions. You have to feel the pain. You have to feel the growing pain. You have to feel what is going on. You have to experience it. You have to experience the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to, all of that. You have to understand that because that is what's going to make you. You got to understand, they say you could get some grapes. But until them grapes go through that process and turn into wine, and over time it become real fine, it become very valuable, expensive, because it goes through a process. It goes through several processes. And those processes make it valuable. So that's what you have to go through, these several different processes in order for you to find yourself. So once you go through these several different processes, that's when you find yourself. So that's when the spirit and the soul can reunite. That's when the twins can become one. That's when the twins can walk together. So that's what it looked like. You riding a lion. Or you walking with the lion, whatever you gonna do. But that's you one with the spirit. It says in the book of the dead that Ra, which is the Sim priest, which is the lion god. It say he's the lion god. So I grew up studying about Rasta. And to my experience, I knew my cousins and them would listen to this reggae music and they would always talk about Emperor Haile Selassie. And so I was like, who is he? Where did he come from? Why are we listening to him? What's going on? And that's when my cousin explained to me that Emperor Haile Selassie was of a Solomonic dynasty. He was the 225th, I think, dynasty of King Solomon. So he is a direct descendant of King Solomon. So I thought that was pretty cool because I did my research and found out about his family history where we traced him back to King David. So this is King David right here being arrested by the Philistines. King David was the first king of Israel. King David also is king of Jerusalem. So keep in mind that 1492, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, that Columbus went out looking for Jerusalem. Columbus was looking for the Jews. Columbus was looking for Judea. Judasia. They called it modern Judasia because they knew they was looking for Asia. They called it a body of land. Stay woke. Not what you learned at school. He knew who he was looking for. He was looking for the people that lived in the Indus Valley. He was looking for the people of Salem. He was looking for the people. He was looking for the high priest of Jerusalem. He was looking for a particular people because they had a particular set of skills. They were builders. They were Masonic. They had a Masonic kingdom. They were masons, master stone workers. They knew how to build mounds. They knew how to build temples. They knew how to do sacred geometry. They were scholars. They were architects. They were doctors. They were, you name it. They were scholars. They were the civilizers of men. So these ancient people, so keep in mind that the Philistines captured King David. Why? Because 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue and went looking for the Israelites. They was looking for the Sun people. They had a map called Negro Land, where Negro Land was shaped like a lion. I showed you Texas was shaped like a lion, right? And I told you that was Judea. Okay, but and it's Egypt, Texas, and Texas. I'll do a whole live on Texas. Don't worry about it. I'll bring it over here to YouTube. But matter of fact, I'ma do that. Good looking. I'ma do that. That's what we gonna do. I got you. Okay. Um. So we have David here, and David is being captured by the Philistines. The same Philistines that captured Samson, who had the 7 locks. And Samson pulled the pillars down on the Roman style buildings and unalived everybody. Why? Because this was an attack against the Israelites. You have several different Israelites being attacked. They telling you how the war was jumping off. The war for your land, the war for your soul, the war for your spirit, the war for your mind, the war for you. Why? Because they wanted generations perpetually. We done broke this down in the Willie Lynch letter. They said get them off the land. Why? Because we want their land. What land? Jerusalem. We want the Holy Land. Get their ass off of it. Get the man away from the woman. Put something in between them to where they is no longer mixing together. Because I cannot have the man protecting the woman. You know these men will unalive us about these women. But if they don't really like the woman, then we could get them to stay away from each other. We could actually stop them from procreating. We could just get them to procreate just enough to keep us afloat with some sheeple as shadow. What they call it, cattle. Why? Because our strength is in numbers. That's how we created mighty empires. Why? Because one woman by herself could push out 20, 30 babies. And I'm talking about a household with 20 women in it, pushing out all these different babies. So we got empires. I'm talking about millions of people, just empires. The ground shake when we walk, empires. That's why I say be fruitful and multiply, because it was about replenishing the earth. It was about refueling the earth. But we are to the point now, we are not doing it. People think it's cute not to have children. People are going against the very God itself because they don't know Canaan is God, the deity, the womb. They waging war with the womb and don't even know it. Yeah, anytime you anti-life, you waging war with the womb. Yeah, that's why people was being destroyed in the Bible for wasting their seed on the ground. Why? Because that seed wasn't here for your pleasure. That seed wasn't here for your entertainment. That seed wasn't here for your preference. That seed is for you to be fruitful and multiply. That is it and that is all. You was sent here to till the land, till the earth. That is the woman, Mother Earth. You was sent here to till it. That's why the woman created the man, so life can procreate. That's the whole story behind Isis and Osiris. Parthenogenesis. She created the man with the phallus so that she can have a son, so she can resurrect this man. It was about resurrecting the man when he fell. You know? When he fell and his tree fell and he's no longer living, she wanted to resurrect him. So she, the fertile soil, the spark, the mother of the living, the breath of life, reincarnated him. And through him could come her and him because she gave him the seed of life. So that is what that seed is for. It is a gift to replenish the earth. That's what it's always been about. So that's why we reincarnate through the four gates of the earth: the fire, the air, the wind, the air. There's four different elements, but it's 12 different zodiacs. But we come through the four different gates to enter through one of them zodiacs. And one of them zodiacs has something to do with our karmic debts. One of them zodiacs has something to do with our personality and things we may need to work on, or things we may need to develop, or things we may need to, work on within ourselves. Because your personality, once again, is a gift from the soul. This is why the soul creates situations for you to go through. And when you go through them, you make it your own, because don't nobody go through that like you. Don't nobody handle it like you. Don't nobody come out of it like you. That is your own unique situation that gives you character. So the trials and tribulations that you have in your life actually are developing your character. Yeah, hold on. I'm not going like this. You got to go in a few minutes? Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Okay, look. So good. I know.
I be having hot flashes. Hey, don't talk about me. It's hot. Okay, my bad. But back to David. So they start capturing all the different kings that was in Jerusalem because there was many different kings in Jerusalem. I just wanted to show you how there were many different kings. So this is the king of, I think this is the king of Hungary. Bulgaria. This is the king of Bulgaria. This is Russia. The kings of Russia. Um, the king of Georgia. Roman Georgia. There's another king, and this is the king of Hungary. You had the king of the British Isles in Portugal. You had the king of Abyssinia, who is an Alabamian. Yeah, the ancient Abyssinian. You had your ancient Romans, which are the Etruscans. I think I'm saying it right. The Etruscans, the Etruscans. Yeah, the Etruscans. So those are the Roman, which are the Romanian people. Romanian people is when we was at our highest self. We spoke a romantic language. We spoke a love language. We had a love frequency. We had love in our hearts, love on our minds. We were lovers, not haters. You know, um, we were on a higher frequency. And we fell from that. We definitely fell from that. We went through a lot of things in our life challenges, situations, and we had some setbacks, but we have to lift our spirits back up, right? That is the lion that is within us, which is the truth. So now we have to gain the knowledge of the truth. We have to seek the truth. We have to look for the truth within ourselves and expand the truth within ourselves so we could grow it. Then we become that mighty lion, you know? Um, but I gotta get ready to roll for right now, y'all. So I definitely will be back with some more. But I give gratitude to those of y'all that watch, share, and liked and comment. Hey, y'all. I didn't even see y'all talking. Hey. But gratitude for watching, hanging out with me. I will be back with some more knowledge, gratitude, and peace.